Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Slim Nation. And I just want to come on and sort of introduce. We have the Slim Nation channel on here on YouTube, but we also have the Slim Nation 101 podcast. And what that means is specific one-on-one conversations will be uploaded to the podcast, but we will still have general videos about everything else uh, on the YouTube on my YouTube channel, the Slim Nation. But the YouTube podcast will be specifically for the one-on conversations I have with special guests or groups. And it's something new, but sort of. But we've been kind of doing the Slim Nation all along. But the podcast format of it is just something a little different, something added that will be added on YouTube. So we're trying to compile videos on the podcast, but they will be more specific. And the more videos we have up there, the more we'll be able to do with the podcast. But still having the Slim Nation channel, like I mentioned earlier, will be for all of the videos that I do. And you'll see a lot more upcoming or coming up as we start to do more one-on-ones on the podcast and more on the scene Slim Nation videos, especially with the weather getting warmer now. It's springtime now, and things are changing. And more people will be outside, more events will be outside, and more things for me to cover. I also like to remind you, we're still on another channel on YouTube called Portsmouth Coffee Talks, morning and evening edition shows. So make sure you stay tuned to those. Those are on, of course, every Monday and Thursday, Monday mornings at 6:30 a.m. on the radio, WGPL 1350 a.m. for the first half an hour. And for the full hour, it'll be on Facebook Live. And on Thursday evenings, by the way, on Monday mornings, you can catch on Facebook Live on my Facebook personal page, James Overton, and you can catch it live there on Monday mornings. On Thursday evenings, Portsmouth Coffee Talks Evening Edition comes on at 7 p.m. And you can find those live shows on Leah Stiff's Facebook page. So it's always an opportunity to see it live on Facebook. Monday mornings on my page, Thursday evenings on Leah Stitt's page, who is another co-host. And of course, our other co-host is Thomas the Colonel Chapman, the one we depend on for the political analysis. And we found out that everything is political. You can add politics to just about any subject that we bring on or any guest that we have. But he's not limited to politics. He's a well-rounded, retired colonel out of the U.S. Army. So he's one of our guests. So Portsmouth Coffee Talks rounds out with myself, Slim Overton, Leah Drake Stiff, and Thomas the Colonel Chapman. But here on the Slim Nation, as I always say, this is my baby, and this is just something I do. And right now we have pop-up videos. And what I mean with pop-up videos, they are videos that you might see at any time. Live. You'll see some of them live, the interviews that I have live. And they will be uploaded later to my either my podcast or my Slim Nation channel. It depends on what the video, who the guests are, and what the video is concerning. As I said earlier, the one-on-ones are going to be on the podcast, and general videos concerning just about anything else will be on the page. Well, both of them will be on the page, but specifically we transfer all the one-on-ones to the podcast. So, because that's specific to that. So we want you to watch both channels, the Portsmouth Coffee Talk channel, morning and evening edition show channel. And of course, we want you to tune in to the Slim Nation channel, as well as the podcast as we have them. And getting back to the Slim Nation, like I said, we're building the channel and the podcast and adding more and more videos. And the reason I wanted to do the one-on-ones, which might be a little different from Portsmouth Coffee Talks, where we have the three host format and we talk in general. The one-on-ones, I can get a little more personal with that specific guest and dive into more about who that person is. And we also talk about what they're doing now, whatever they want to talk about. But basically, I want to have the one-on-one so you can know who that person is, the person behind whatever group they're involved with or whatever activity or event that they're planning. So, and we also like to mention that Portsmouth Coffee Talk specifically, we solicit your support financially. You can support us by, if you're still using the mail, by sending an honorarium or a donation, simply a donation to PO Box 7664, Portsmouth, Virginia 23704. That's our post office box. But we have a cash app, which is $ PCT 1220, $PCT 1220. Also, if you use Zelle, you can use Zelle, and that's Portsmouth Coffee Talk at yahoo.com. Portsmouth Coffee Talk at yahoo.com. And that's the support. Excuse me. Excuse me again. That's to support Portsmouth Coffee Talks uh, channel and all the things we're trying to do there. So, and we're also looking in the very near future to be talking to sponsors, people who want to sponsor. The Slim Nation, I guess all that'll come later, but right now, Slim Nation is going to be a public service where we have those conversations and financed totally by me. So, but we still want you to watch and support us. And the Slim Nation is trying to get his subscribers up. And I think a lot of people that come to the Slim Nation that might be already subscribing to Portsmouth Coffee Talk, think they've already done it. So if you subscribe to Portsmouth Coffee Talk and you venture over to see what's going on over here at the Slim Nation channel, YouTube channel, please subscribe again to me so I can get my subscriptions up too. And please continue to subscribe to Portsmouth Coffee Talk as we both channels are trying to raise their level of subscribers. And it's been a challenge to do that, but we are looking at all different ways and getting ready to probably involve some professionals to help us advance and be exposed to more people who can subscribe to us. But this is basically here. I'm basically here today to promote the podcast, the Slim Nation One-on-Ones, and that's the name of the podcast. If you want to look it up that way, that's the way you do it. The Slim Nation One-on-Ones, the podcast, and of course the Slim Nation YouTube channel. Yeah, that's there as well. So support support me by your viewership and your likes to whatever videos. And we have a few up there now, a few one-on-ones that we have done, and we're talking to other people that are agreeing to be a part of this. So you never know who I might get on here to have a one-on-one conversation with, but I can guarantee you, whoever it is, it's going to be worthwhile you're watching. They usually less than an hour. It all depends on the subject matter and how long we go. Kind of unscripted. We have an idea of what we want to talk about, but once we come on and go live, you never know where we're going to go with that conversation. And usually it's dictated by the way the conversation is going at that time and the guests and what they want to talk about. We do have pre-conversations, and there are some things that some guests might not want to expose or talk about at the moment, and I will honor that. This is not a got you uh, channel or podcast where I'd be trying to find out something or bring you on and ask you a question that might put you on the spot. This is something to share information about the person or the subject that we're talking about at that time, and just to have fun with it sometime as well. But we'll be here for you, and hopefully these little gadgets I have here. Let's see. Hopefully you heard that. That was the cheer, but if not, we have to work on that. If you didn't, that didn't come across. And you know, hopefully there'll be some times for some laughter. If hopefully you got that, but we'll check and see if that came through, and we'll be constantly uh, improving what we do here on the Slim Nation. But we're going to be going full force with the Slim Nation. And this is something that I started doing uh, at in my 60s, and I'm 68 now, and going strong. And you just never you don't retire and just sit down and go out to pasture. This has always been a dream of mine to have a be in a talk situation, be able to share information, and we're doing it. And we never proclaim to be a professional journalists because we're not. I'm not. Uh, didn't go to school for that, but with these social media, it gives just about anybody a platform to come on and try to uh, give something back in a way of sharing information. Uh, yeah, there are people that use the social media platform to uh, they abuse it pretty much, and do some things that might not be in the best interest of those watching. But you don't have to watch it, and you don't have to watch me. But hopefully you will. Hopefully I have an interesting enough guest up here that you would want to watch and follow the Slim Nation. We're going to do everything we can as we going forward to uh, be entertaining and be something that you would want to watch and that you would want to subscribe to and uh, tell your friends about. Or you can always contact me as well if you have something you want to talk about. If you want to do a one-on-one with me here on the Slim Nation, uh, I'm open for that. And if you want to contact me, I'll give you my excuse me email address. Early in the morning, got a what they used to say, got a frog in the throat, and I don't know where that came from, but goodness, I hate to have a frog in my ribbit. But anyway, my email address is Dallas, well, DALLAS 4059 at gmail.com. And that's DALLAS 4059 at gmail.com. So if you want to be a guest on the Slim Nation and you have something to talk about and you don't mind sometimes talking about yourself, blowing your own horn, some people don't like that, not like to do that, but sometimes you need to let people know what you've been doing. And I'm really into digging into finding people's motivation if they're doing things now, what motivated them to get into whatever they're doing now, and how early did that start? And that's usually a big part of the conversation starting out. And then we just take it from there. But we're looking forward to it. And one thing I just like to say, I appreciate you and share this with other people. Let them know that Slim Nation is here and Slim is here to talk. And we always Slim talk. It's always something interesting to talk about. And we don't shy away from anything politics, and hopefully we're going to have some really serious and deep conversations that will inform, with the one-on-ones. And we're going to have some very comical conversations uh, with our one-on-ones. Whatever we bring you, we hope you enjoy what we do, and look for your suggestions, and also for you to participate. Well, that's the Slim Nation, and we appreciate you. And hold up, before I go, let me check something here. I was checking to see if I was live, but anyway, we'll check that later. We want to hold you up, and we'll see you next time. And thank you. And I always end Slim Nation shows with be aware, be informed, and most of all, just be involved. Take care. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned for some more intriguing videos. And again, make sure you also stay tuned to Portsmouth Coffee Talks morning and evening edition with hosts Leah Drake Stitt, Thomas the Colonel Chapman, and yours truly, every Monday morning and every Thursday evening at 7, and the Monday morning 6:30 a.m. Join us. You won't be disappointed in the guests and the topics that we cover there. And you won't be disappointed joining me here on the Slim Nation. I guarantee. Take care.